Hey guys, Michael Gallagher here, TotallySketch. For YouTube's 5-year anniversary, as you probably have seen, every YouTuber and their mother has made a little video talking about their YouTube story, and I thought it would only be appropriate to be a few days late and to do my own YouTube story. I was in college for like 2 minutes. I went to college for a semester and I left and I got a job at a website called Mahalo.com. And part of my job was to run a web series with a few other people, and they broadcast on YouTube. And I did not know anything about YouTube at that time. I had seen some cat videos, the Lonely Island stuff. I was a big fan of their Just Two Guys Having a Good Time, that kind of thing. So as I worked at this company, Mahalo, which they still have a YouTube channel, Mahalo.com, spelled out D-O-T-C-O-M. I helped run that channel, and I started to see that like you could make some money off of it if you got crazy amounts of views, and that you could actually grow an audience of people that were interested in giving you feedback, good or bad. I came from a background of filmmaking, so I learned, camera, editing, producing, writing, the whole nine. And I came from a very traditional mindset where you have to make films, and then you have to be a PA, and then you have to go on to this slow ladder. In 20 years, you might be the first assistant to a DP or a director, and then maybe if you have the right script, you can get your own film made. And so it was this like impossible process that I was raised on, thinking like this is the way to do it. But with YouTube, not so much. One of the first YouTubers I ever met was Mr. TotallySketch. He did a little interview for us at Mahalo. Nicest guy in the world. And I guess we struck up like a friendship from that. And when he moved out to LA, he needed or wanted, I guess, somebody to shoot and edit some of his videos. So he hired me, and I did some videos with TotallySketch. We did some fun videos. So those were some of my first YouTube videos. We did a thing for TurboTax, which I don't even know if it's still on the internet anymore. And then he was kind enough to ask me to do this thing for YouTube Live Virgin America, and I got to write this silly ass commercial for I Can't Believe It's Not a Cash Gifting Scheme. And TotallySketch's in the airport in San Francisco, and he's talking about this crazy thing. But I got to go to San Francisco, and I got to meet Lisa Nova, I got to meet Michael Buckley, William Sled. Tay was cool enough to let me be his +1 and go to YouTube Live. And that's where I met literally like every YouTuber and their mother. Actually, because they're so young, they had to bring their mothers to YouTube Live. So that's where I really got to meet the bulk of what was going on. I got to see, I was sitting backstage, and Katy Perry would walk by, and then there'd be Lucas right there, and then Bo Burnham, and Smosh, and Kev Jumba, and I think Niga Higa was there. And it's everybody was there. And it just clicked. Something clicked in my mind that said, you have to do this. Like, you have to do this. Not work for somebody else. You have to do it. So, because that's really what it is. It's broadcast yourself. I'm not really an actor. So that was kind of, wasn't out of the question, but it was something that, in my mind, it didn't really click, if that makes sense. So what I do love and what I do like doing is directing and writing and coming up with like wacky crap to make. And I've always, throughout my childhood, I've grown up with this thing where I'd have ideas. I was raised watching The Simpsons, Saturday Night Live, Chris Farley movies, Airplane, because I can hear an airplane, all that stuff. I love the wacky comedies. So the way my mind would always work, I'd see a situation, and then something would just click off in my mind, and I would say, oh, wouldn't it be funny if... But what would happen is I would say that to whoever was standing next to me, and then I'd never make it, because it was like a short little idea. It's like, oh, I can't turn that into a feature-length movie, so it doesn't make any sense. But with YouTube, all these little crazy ideas, boom, gold. So that's what I did. Every time I had a little crazy idea, I would write it down, and then I would write a script. And now all the videos that you've seen are from these little crazy ideas that I've had, or some of my crazy friends. I quit my job on good terms, and I went out and basically started trying to figure out what I would call what I wanted to do. I didn't want it to just be my name, and I wanted it to be like a symbol. Like I really loved college humor at the time, and I thought what they were doing was amazing, and it was so impressive to me. I didn't even know who was behind it. It was a one person. Was it a team of 30? I had no idea. So I came up with TotallySketch, mostly because it was available. It was available on every platform, which was incredible. Like as soon as I saw that it was available on Twitter, on YouTube, on MySpace, on everything, it clicked. It was like, this is the thing. It makes the most sense because I'm going to do sketch comedy, and it's a double entendre. It doesn't matter if people get it or whatever, but perfect. TotallySketch. I got it and started making videos. I made 4 videos before I ever put anything out because I wanted to do one a week because I saw how important it was to keep things going consistently. So I did that, and Tay was nice enough to do a couple little cameos and some pretty silly videos. If you go back, you can find them. Yeah, that was it. I started doing it, and it was just me and my buddy Dave, who was kind enough to shoot the videos for me, and I would direct and I would write them and produce them, and I would cast these actors like you'd cast a movie. Like I used Actors Access, LA Casting, and I would really cast actors out there, or people that I knew that were really funny, good actors. So that's how I did it. And then eventually I got to a point where I had worked with so many funny people that I really enjoyed working with that I would start to like say, hey, you should come back. We should do this again. One of those people is Richard Ryan, who's rated RR now on YouTube. I wonder what his YouTube story is like. Actually, I know. But anyway. So I realized very quickly that this is what I want to be doing. These are the people I want to be doing it with. So at every opportunity possible, it's just been to come up with funny ideas, to put them down, and then get a crazy group together and just make it. And sometimes it's just me behind the camera. Sometimes it's one guy. I think the most I've ever had were like 2 or 3 people behind the camera. But for the most part, it's really just me, a camera, and some funny people. And we go out there and we try and make stuff that would make you laugh. And hopefully we're doing okay. I think we're doing okay. So I got contacted by Danny Diamond, who ran the Lisa Nova channel with Lisa Nova, and he had this idea to get a group of YouTubers together who were doing all kinds of different things like Shay Carl and Shane Dawson and SXE Phil and Dave Days and Ron, hi I'm Ron, What a Day Derek, Kasim G, Lisa Nova, myself, a few others, to come together and to make a sketch comedy show. So I came in as a director, and I got to direct and work with all these talented people, and I was seeing what they were doing on their channels, and it was just so exciting to kind of learn what other people were doing very directly, and not have this kind of, because I think there's YouTube, you can be anywhere in the world. You could be in Kuwait. There's someone in Kuwait right now making videos and putting them up, and it's so weird because you can be so alone in some ways on YouTube, but you can also be you're so connected, but you can also be so alone. So for a while I felt like I was very alone in what I was doing, and I didn't know how other people did it. And then when I started collaborating on the station with all these other talented people, I started to really, really enjoy this collaboration. And everyone who's a part of this thing is so talented, so I learned so much just from hanging out with these people and working with them on writing and editing and directing and whatever, camera work. So I got to do that for a while. And I kind of let my channel slow down because I was doing all this directing for the station. And then now I woke up from my lazy coma, and I've just been trying to put out as many videos as I can. And now hopefully trying to work with some of these really talented people because, 2 heads are better than 1, 3 heads are better than 2, etc., etc., etc. So I've just been having a ball, basically. And, YouTube has really changed my life. And not in like a corny, emotional way. Yes, actually in a corny, emotional way. But it has. YouTube has really changed my life because it has given me a platform where I can now give you content. I don't have to go ask the nice people at the giant studios with the big checks. But with YouTube, I could literally have an idea right now. I could call up some of these great actors I know. They could freaking come over here. We film it. We could put it out today. It's just insane how the creative process is nowadays. And there is no one who can say no to you, who can turn you down. Because you can say to them, you know what? I don't need you. I'll just go put it on YouTube. It's just so exciting, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. And everyone that I've worked with and met has really touched my life. The biggest people who've really helped me out on YouTube would have to be Tayzon Day first, because he was the first one who really woke me up. That it would be Lisa Nova and Danny Diamond, who gave me the opportunity to direct videos for them on the station and on their channel. And then Shane Dawson, who I collaborated with and has been very supportive, and I just love what he's doing. And he's been able to invite me in on his process and direct some stuff for him, and he's been in some of my stuff, so it's been really fun. So those three were huge in why I'm here today. And so I just want to say thank you to all of them, and thank you to the countless other YouTubers who I've either had the pleasure of working with in my videos or on their videos, or just meeting on the street, so, or on the web, and all the people out there commenting and watching, and I just love it. So whenever I talk about YouTube, I get super jazzed because it's so amazing and it's so powerful, and I feel like a motivational speaker right now, but there's nothing else to say about it. I mean, YouTube's the best. So what else is there to say? That's my story for now. What's your story?